You look great. Okay. Hey guys. Sorry, I'm just rushing to get into position here. So we are going to stretch you out. Hopefully the wind doesn't blow my sheet, because then I can't see what I'm doing. Good morning. Oh. Hi. It's gonna be one of those days. Hi, Wendy. I just dropped you. Can you guys, there, that's good. Morning. Okay, so we're gonna get you stretched out. Let me just get the dirt off my feet now and take my socks off. So good morning, happy Saturday. I hope you guys had a fabulous week and you worked hard, okay? And now let's stretch you out. So let's just take a deep breath in, inhale up and exhale down. Really inhaling, expanding those lungs. Okay, I want you to link those hands above your head and then just do a lateral reach. Okay, so pointing the toe, reaching towards the toe. Okay, staying directly sideways, lengthening those arms. Nice and easy, creating some movement. So just remember, we want to get your heart rate up a little bit with this dynamic movement so that you're not stretching a cold body. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, I want you to come all the way forwards. Forward fold. Let your body hang. Okay, you can shake out your arms and your shoulders and your head. And then just rotating side to side, okay? So you might feel a lengthening through the low back as you reach from side to side. Good, and centering up, knees are soft, rolling up one vertebrae at a time, and just making sure the blood comes down back to the rest of the body. Okay, I want you to do arms out in front, and we're gonna just do a rotational twist. So opening up the body, morning, and open up to this back. Hi, Julia. Come on in. You can just join in with us. Good, opening, really like expanding into that movement. Good, give me two more. And last one. I don't even know who's here. Good, and I want you to take those hands to the back of your head and opening up your chest, really pull those shoulder blades back and together and take a deep breath in here. So really expanding and then exhale. Inhale and open, exhale. Inhale, open. And I really want you to round out your upper back. It's busy here this morning. You're welcome. I want a picture. Okay. Good. And I want you to reach those arms up in front, and you're going to reach them out and round out your upper back, chin to chest, and you should feel a nice stretch right across the shoulder blades. And just holding it there and breathe. Good, I want you to open those arms up and take a deep breath in. Exhale them down behind your back. What I'd like you to do is take your feet a little bit wider. Toes are gonna point straight ahead. You're gonna lift your arms behind you, and depending on your shoulder flexibility, you might not be able to lift your arms up quite high, and you might not be able to. So just coming forwards and letting gravity pull those arms upwards. Okay, and if that's too much, just release the stretch, okay? We don't want to feel any pain or discomfort. You want to have a gentle pull. Good, I'd like you to release your hands all the way down to the ground. And what I'd like you to do here now is you can just take your feet a little bit wider, shift them out, and I want you to just rock your hips side to side. Okay, so you'll feel a stretch in the through the inner thighs. Okay, isn't that nice? I love this stretch. Good, I want you to just hold in center, and I want you to link your elbows and let gravity pull you towards the ground. Okay, really try to relax. Every time you exhale, try just to like sink into your stretch just a little bit more. consciously relaxing your hamstrings. I want you to take your hands to the ground, bend your knees, and slowly rolling up. And just take a second, okay? Because sometimes when you're in that hinged position and you come to a standing position, it takes a second for that blood flow to come back, okay? I'd like you to take your right foot and cross it over your left. Take a deep breath in. I want you to reach your right arm up as high as you can and grab onto that left wrist. We're going to lengthen and then pull over. I'd like you to try to remember to be directly sideways. Careful you're not looking to rotating the body towards the ground or opening up to the sky, keeping the head tight between the arms and really lengthening by pulling on the wrist. Good, and before we unfold, I'm gonna get you come forwards, okay, all the way down. If you need to, you can keep your knees soft and just reach as far as you can. If you can't quite get to the ground, that's okay. Okay, we're gonna rotate your body over to the left. And come back to center and walking your hands over to the right. And again, remembering no pain. If you're feeling any kind of discomfort, then I'd like you to release the stretch slightly. And back to center and slowly rolling up. Good, I want you to change feet. Okay, so left foot is in front now. Take a deep breath in. You're gonna lengthen the left side up, grab onto that left wrist, and pull and lengthen. Pressing equally into both feet. Staying directly sideways. And lifting back up to center, folding forwards. We're gonna do the same thing on this side. So moving over to the left-hand side first, letting your head hang. And every time you exhale, really again, just try to think about sinking into it a little bit. Come back to center and go over to the right. Go back to center and slowly rolling up. Good, so those hamstrings should have gotten a nice good stretch. And I just want you to center up your left foot. We're gonna bring your right knee up to your chest. Okay, just drawing it up and then down and other leg. Try and pulling as high as you can. Good, and switch again. And release. And again. Woo, my balance. Good, and release. Taking your arm out to the side, you can also hold on to something. We're gonna take the leg out now, so drawing the knee out towards the shoulder, and then release. Okay, hitting the hips from a little bit of a different angle. Good, and down, and again. You guys hold it. And down, and change legs, last time. Good, and release. I want you to just give me nice big shoulder rolls. So really trying to hit each part of the circle. So rolling it forwards, drawing it right up to the ears, and then squeezing the shoulder blades back and together. Nice big full circle. And reverse it. Again, shoulder blades first, up to the ears, and full circle. Good. I'd like you to take your arms up halfway. You're going to take your right arm across your chest, grab onto just above your elbow, press your shoulders down, and draw the arm across you. So where you want to feel this is through the back of the right shoulder, okay? Making sure that the shoulders are pressed down. Holding it here. Good, Good, and release. Take a deep breath in. Changing arms, shoulders pressed down, grabbing just above the elbow. Good, inhale, open the arms. Exhale, just placing those hands on your hips. And we're just gonna do hip circles. So watching that you're not doing a full body circle, really try to we wanna loosen up your hips and your pelvis. So really trying to, again, just like the shoulders, is hit every part of this circle. And what you might find is there's little sections where you're like, oh, that's super tight and I can't quite hit that range. So really concentrate on trying to press into that specific section. And one more, and then we'll reverse it. You can also do this when you're sitting on a stability ball, and that you can really feel the pelvis moving because you don't have the legs maybe assisting you going around. So that's something if you might want to try. Good, really pushing the hips back, tucking the pelvis under. Good, and centering up those legs. I'm gonna get you to go quite wide with your legs now, so toes are forwards. Okay, take another deep breath in. I'm gonna move over a little bit. I've got stones in my feet. Okay, and forward fold all the way. Okay, so we're down here again, and we're gonna make our way down to the floor eventually here. So what I'd like you to do here again is doing those hip shifts. So keeping those legs straight but not hyperextended. Okay, you're gonna just shift your hips side to side. And we're gonna come back to this after we do some stretches on our right side just to see the difference, okay? Good, that's it. Shifting those hips just nice and easy side to side.
My favorite.
I know. Guys, we'll be doing this one all the time. Okay, and what I'd like you to do now is you're gonna lunge over to the right, okay? And if you can, what you can do is come all the way down, okay, sitting back on your heels. If your ankle flexibility or your hamstring and abductor flexibility won't allow you to do that, just stay up where you feel comfortable, okay? Flexing the foot up. And I'd like you to turn your body to the right, okay, and going into a runner's lunge. So what you can do, is just walk that foot out in front of you. Good. You got it. Pushing your hips towards the floor so you get that nice hip flexor stretch. Taking deep breaths in and out, and every time you're exhaling, try to sink into the stretch just a little bit more. I'd like you to drop your back knee lightly to the ground. If you want to double up your mat, you can, and untuck your toes. Okay? Taking your right hand, you're going to open, okay, to the right. Good. Shoulders are down. And lowering that right hand back down to the ground. We're going to push our hips back now, lifting the toe up towards the sky. Lift your chest and hinging forwards from your waist into a hamstring stretch. Awesome. Feeling that nice lengthening through the hamstring. With each exhalation, you can try and come a little bit closer towards the leg. And what I'd like you to do here very gently is just turn the toe in and out. And what you're gonna find is you're gonna feel certain areas of this stretch a little bit more so. You might be like, when your foot's turned out, you might be, oh, I feel that more so there. Okay, so just sink into that part of this stretch a little bit. I want you to point the toe now and drop the chest and follow through with your head. Good, and lifting up. You're going to come back into a runner's lunge. Okay, so, oh, there goes my cheat sheet. winging it now. Okay, that's okay. I know what to do. I've been at this long enough. That's okay, Kelsey, thank you. I'm pretty sure I got it. Coming back into a runner's lunge. That's perfect, thank you. See, I have assistance. And I'm gonna get you turned back to the front now and come back up to center. So here we are again with those feet pointing straight ahead. You can sink into this straddle stretch a little bit. And again, now we're gonna move those hips side to side. And you might find that you're looser on that right side. And I'd like you to now lunge over to the left side lunge. You can sit into it as deep as you can if you want, making sure the heel stays down. If you're right into it, you can really push that knee out to the side. If that's too much, you're coming up a little bit higher and feeling the stretch through the adductors, your inner thigh on that right leg. And I'd like you to turn your body into a runner's lunge, holding it here. Your foot is out and perpendicular to the floor or to the ground. Shoulders are down and back, pushing your hip towards the floor for a hip flexor stretch. Placing the knee down on the ground, tucking the foot under. If you want to double up your mat here for the knee, you can do that. And we're going to open the body towards the back. So twisting your left, lifting the left arm and twisting over. Good, and lowering the arm down. I'd like you to push those hips back, flexing your left foot up to the sky, lifting the chest so you're hinging from your waist and not rounding out at this point. Okay, and just holding it here with each exhalation, focusing on lowering your chest towards the leg. Good, and very gently now, what you can do is slowly turn the toe in and out. Good, and now pointing the toe, I want you to follow all the way through, drop your head, rounding out your back. And coming back into a runner's lunge. Okay, lifting the back knee, turning to the front, and then coming back up into that side wide center stretch. And I want you to let your body hang here. And again, you might get a little bit closer now. And we're going to shift those hips one last time. And you should feel a little bit more balanced on both sides in regards to your flexibility. Good, and just centering up. I'd like you to walk those hands, turn them around, and you're gonna walk your hands through and just pull yourself towards your thighs very gently. Good, turn those hands back around. I'm gonna get you to turn to the side, and we're gonna come down onto your knees. So taking those knees wide, toes are together, we're just gonna go into a child's pose. Okay, so reaching those arms way out in front of you, resting your forehead down. I sometimes like just to shift back and forth in this position, just to kind of sink into it a little bit, and then relax, taking deep breaths in and out. And from here, I'd like you to take your palms up to the sky. Then I want you to take those hands and try and touch your shoulder blades, okay, or as close as they'll go. You can walk those elbows in a little bit closer towards your head, okay, and then press down gently into the ground or into your mat, and you're going to feel a deeper stretch through your triceps as well as your lats. Inhale deeply, exhaling all of the air as you relax. And take a deep breath in. As you exhale, place those hands back on the ground. What I'd like you to do is walk your hands over to the right, okay, and reach as far as you can and continue to sit back. So you should feel a stretch through your left side body here. Nice big lengthening. Really breathe into it. And walking your hands over to the left, same thing, and sit back, press into the hands slightly, and you'll feel a deeper stretch through the right side body. And coming back to center. Just one more little stretch in the center, maybe a little deeper. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, we're going to come up onto all fours. Okay, doing a cow-cat stretch. I've got this one stone. It's like feels like a boulder. I'm like Princess in the Pea. Okay, so inhale, lift your chin. Push the shoulders down and back. Then exhale, tuck the pelvis under. Really press away from the floor. Okay, and tuck the hips under nice and tight. And again, inhale, release. Exhale, tuck under, chin to chest, rounding out the back. And again, inhale, exhale. I want you to give me one more, and I'm just going to cue you on this cat stretch. So in the cat stretch now, what I want you to do is just kind of wiggle your hips side to side, and you can sit back a little further. And what you might find is you feel a little bit more of a lengthening through the low back. Good, and coming up to center. I'd like you to tuck those toes under. We're gonna go down to a down dog, reaching your heels towards the ground. That might not happen, but that's okay. Just aim. And I want you to pedal your feet out. And as we're pedaling, I want you to really, really press into the feet. So feeling each part of the foot moving. Okay, we so often neglect the feet, and that's our foundation. So make sure that you're really trying to feel all the muscles in the feet rolling out. You can even roll the ankles a little bit, but just be gentle. Good, and holding your down dog position, pressing into it just a little bit more, and heels really reaching for the ground. Good, and lowering onto all fours, and we're gonna lower right down onto your bellies. Okay, so depending on what you're comfortable with and your low back, if you have any issues, I'm gonna cue you on some different stretches. So if you have any low back issues, I'm gonna get you to hold a Sphinx pose, okay? Or a baby cobra, where your chest is up, okay, and you're holding here. If you feel any discomfort in your back, release the pose, but I would recommend try squeezing your glutes first, protecting and staying strong, and then pressing up. If you want to come all the way up, okay, you can do that into a cobra or into an up dog where your thighs are elevated, okay? So you can choose whichever position works best for you. Again, always being safe, okay, and mindful of the movement. We want to just lengthen out the abdominals here, pressing the shoulders down and back. And I'd like you to lower yourself all the way down. Okay, and we're gonna grab one foot up behind our backs. Okay, if you can't quite reach that, you can grab the back of your pant leg. I just want you to be mindful of trying to keep your knees together. You can rest your forehead on your hand or your chin, whatever you feel comfortable with. If you'd like a deeper stretch, try squeezing your glutes and pushing your hips into the ground. Okay, and if you can't even reach the foot, that's okay. You can still feel a lengthening through the leg just by drawing the foot up towards the rear end. and release. Good, and changing sides. Okay, so just doing what you can. If you can grab the foot, awesome. Okay, and if that's still not deep enough, squeeze your glutes and push your hip into the ground. Okay, and if that's too much, or if you can't reach the foot, just try to feel the lengthening through the quad and just holding it there. Good, and releasing it down. Good, and all I want you to do now is we're going to roll over onto our backs. Okay, going to bend those knees so your feet are flat on the floor. And all I want you to do is do a small pelvic tilt. So arms are down by your side. So I want you to concentrate on tucking the pelvis under so that you press your low back into the ground. And it's very, very small. So you're not peeling up. It's just like a little rock. Okay? So you're going from a neutral spine, okay, into a pelvic tilt with that low back pressed in. And just keep repeating that. Breathing in and out. Good, and taking those arms directly out to the side. Bring your feet together and your knees together. And I want you to drop your knees over to one side and just hold it there. Taking deep breaths in and out. Again, remembering that no pain. Okay, just a gentle pulling and a lengthening. And inhale. Exhale, lifting the legs back up to center and slowly lowering to the opposite side. And lifting the knees up to center. I'd like you to cross your right foot above your opposite knee, above your left knee, and you're going to grab behind your left thigh. If you already feel this stretch in your outer thigh, then just hold it here, okay? If you'd like a deeper stretch, you can grab behind the left thigh if you can, okay? Continuously pushing the knee mindfully or manually out to the side, okay? And if you want, you can just circle your left ankle nice and big. And going the opposite way. Good. Draw the knees in a little bit closer. Really feeling that nice stretch through the right glutes and hip. I want you to release your foot to the ground. Okay, now without changing legs, I want you to drop your legs and keeping the knee up to the sky, drop your legs over to the left-hand side. Okay, you might not get very far. Okay, so just go as far as you feel comfortable. And lifting the legs back up to center. And changing legs. So left leg crosses above your right knee. Okay, if you feel that stretch already, you can just hold it here and mindfully press the knee out to the side. Otherwise, you can draw the right leg up towards you, find that stretch, and then circle your right foot. Nice big circles. And changing other way. And center, draw it a little bit closer towards you. Good, release the foot, or the leg, sorry, and letting your legs drop over to the right now, keeping the knee pressed up towards the sky. Good, and lifting the knees up to center. Good, I'd just like you to take both legs up into your chest, okay, and then you're gonna turn the knees out to the side. If you can't, you're gonna grab where you can, soles of the feet are together. You're gonna grab where you can on the legs, okay, and just draw the heels towards your pelvis, pressing the knees out. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, just release, bring those knees back together, and I'd like you just to draw little circles with your knees, really massaging out your low back. And go the other direction. Good, center those knees up, reach both feet up into the sky. Okay, and just lengthen your arms, reaching out towards your toes. Feeling a stretch through the hamstrings. Tuck those knees into your chest. You can grab behind your knees. Okay, and you're just gonna rock front to back, and when you feel ready, you can rock yourself all the way up. And what I want you to do is take your hands behind you. Fingers are gonna point backwards yet. Okay, and all I want you to do is scoot your bum forwards until you feel a stretch through your shoulders, okay, and biceps, okay? You might be hitting it right away, okay, and that's okay. And you might need to walk your hands out a little bit away from each other to decrease the stretch, okay, so to make it not as intense. But if you want, you can walk your hands in fairly close, okay, or scoot your bum forwards or shift your hands back and just holding it there. Good, and slowly walking those hands back in. Extending your legs out straight in front of you, pointing those toes up to the sky. Take a deep breath in, and I want you to exhale and just lengthen forwards. Okay, if reaching your feet is not going to happen, that's okay. Just take your hands as close as you can. Okay, you can rest them on your shins. Again, trying to lead with the belly button first, and then following through. I want you to follow through all the way. Drop your head gently and then rolling up slowly. Crossing both legs comfortably and just in front of you. We're just going to do some neck stretches. And so I'm going to get you to drop your your left hand down by your side and flex the hand, okay? Take your right hand up and over, gently, very gently, just drawing the head to the side, so ears coming directly towards your shoulder. If that's too intense, then release your hand, okay? So necks can be super sketchy. We want to be very gentle on them. And I want you to turn your head to look at your knee and then draw your chin towards your chest. Good, take a deep breath in, and then I want you to exhale and release it all the way up. Good, and just kind of shake it out a little bit. Okay, some stretches for the neck that we don't do enough. And you find, like, as we age, we start turning our whole body in order to look. So work that neck, okay? Flex that right hand, lift up and over very gently. And these are ones that you can do every single day. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to shift your gaze, look down to the left, and draw, pulling on the back of the head gently, drawing the chin towards your chest. Good, and releasing it up. Good, and again, what you can do is just turn your head to side, give a little tilt. And I want you to drop your ear to your shoulder again, and this time we're just going to do a nice little half circle all the way around to the other side, ear to shoulder. Okay, you can continuously flex those hands down by your side. If you find that that's too intense, you can release the flex. Good, and one more time, each direction. Good, I want you to lift the head up to center. Take a deep breath in. I want you to take your right hand and let it follow through, crossing over the body. And I want you to press down with your left knee. So it's going to hold you in position, and you're going to reach over to the right. And inhaling. Take a deep breath in, releasing the stretch up, let the arm come down. And again, inhale, and we're gonna change the side, so bringing the left hand across to your right knee, pressing down with the right knee, lift up, and then leaning over. Good, and releasing the hand down. Good job. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, we're going to rotate the body over to the right. So I want you to take your left hand to the outside of your right knee and lift the chest and just gently opening up towards the right. So giving yourself a little bit of a rotation. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, release to center. And again, take a deep breath in. As you're exhaling, I want you to wrap. Take the right hand to the outside of your left knee. Turning the body. Inhale. As you exhale, release to center. We just got one more, so keep those legs crossed. Take a deep breath in. I'd like you to fold forwards all the way. Okay, coming right down. Reach those arms out. And rolling up. So whichever leg you have crossed, I want you to switch the cross. Okay, just because we hit one side of our glutes more so when we do that forward fold. Okay, and take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold forwards. And take a deep breath in. As you exhale, just roll up. And inhale. Exhale those arms down halfway. Give yourselves a big hug. I want you to close those eyes. Think about 3 things that you're grateful for. Really embrace it and breathe into it. Inhale, open those arms, and exhale down. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you guys have a fabulous weekend. High fives to you. Thank you for all of your support. We'll see you soon. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Assistant.
That was awesome.
Good. I'm glad you liked it. We were joking that, bye guys. We were